All right, number one, I just got this new microphone. It's the Shure M7 Plus, and I want to see how this sounds. Number two is I was just watching this YouTube video right now. Randomly, I'm just on my couch, and I was like, "What if I just record my reaction to some videos that I like to watch or some channels that I like to watch, such as Channel 5? Watch all their videos. What if I just record my reaction? If I have a lot of energy and I'm just sitting here basically at my desk and I have my computer and my microphone, what if I just record my reaction to it and then upload it to YouTube? I don't care if one person or zero people watch it. If two people watch it and I think my commentary is funny or whatever, then okay, cool, fine. All right, so is this recording the audio from the video? It should be.
You look at my gray hair, you think I probably don't listen to rap music, and you're right. But I heard about the slogan in a podcast, and I thought that is the right idea.
Good for you.
Yes.
And that's a Kendrick Lamar reference.
I would know.
They not like us.
Reference. How do the rappers say it?
They not like us.
They not like us. The billionaire shouldn't be able to tell all the rest of us what to do.
When the aliens come down, that song is going to come back in 20 years when the fake alien invasion happens.
Meanwhile, Trump
That
and
song is going to come back.
efforts to expand the power of the executive branch and slash the federal workforce continue.
What they're doing is illegal. He is not a government employee. 300.
Okay. That Elon Musk picture. That is the funniest Elon Musk. That's the funniest Elon Musk picture I've ever seen.
100 employees at the National Nuclear Security Administration were fired.
It's a coup.
It's a bunch of unelected billionaires who are ransacking our government.
This really does look like
billionaires
1933
ransacking our
Germany.
government.
Hitler did rule
God damn it.
via executive order.
38 executive orders.
Just executive order after executive order. And it's unreal. It's fascism at its heart.
I have Hitler. What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with Hitler?
Yeah, Trump for emperor.
We want to downsize government, but make it better.
Stop the fucking billionaires.
He's firing a lot of federal workers. Many of these folks have civil service protection, so these things are against the law.
He's in the IRS today, I hear. He's getting all of our information. They're slashing jobs. They're slashing the Department of Education. They're slashing
infectious disease experts, baby formula inspectors, livestock disease testers,
people in the FBI,
park rangers, bank regulators,
CDC,
drug addiction and cancer scientists.
Basically slashing every resources that we have.
It's kind of like we're gutting the country from the inside out.
And why? Because they want to give themselves a big tax break or they destroy the middle class.
They're just trying to destroy our
I'm not even
government
laughing at what he's saying. He just looks funny. I don't know.
to put oligarchs in charge.
We can't roll over anymore. People are rolling over. It's like, no.
America's
All right,
resisting fascism like the entire world is.
Because the system sucks.
I tell you what, something about living outside of America and then having an outside perspective looking in on America, it's something about it. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It makes you have an outside perspective on America. Okay, I'll go on my America outside perspective rant real quick. First of all, like people say, America is the greatest country that there is. So number one, yes and no. It definitely is. It is. In terms of like, it's the richest country in the world. Obviously, it's the world empire country. It's the most powerful country. But it's just only one country. It's only one country in the world. It's not the end all be all. There's other amazing dope countries. But anyways, that's number one. Number two is when you live outside America, you realize this changes the cool. You realize how funny Americans are. Like I realize like my American accent and all my American tendencies and stuff. Because like all my friends out here living abroad are all mixed from Australia, Europe, you know, Canada, Hong Kong, Singapore, Asia, France, UK. Like it's a mix of everything, and then you realize, oh yeah, I'm I'm just a funny American. You realize how once you leave, you realize, oh, I'm funny. All my people are funny too in our own unique way. You realize how unique our own Americanness is. That's what I'm trying to say. All right.
Health care for people under 19 years of age.
Can you imagine being in the middle of treatment?
All right.
Children.
I already watched the part with this guy.
Where
Actually,
powers are supposed to be separated between equal branches.
And on abortion.
I think the executive orders firing inspector generals, I would say, because
sorry, this guy just looks funny, and the way he's talking just makes me laugh. I don't know. He's like it's like a character from South Park, bro.
they are the watchdogs of our
Executive
society.
orders.
Within days of taking off.
Teaching history and stop teaching
It's
about
just-
our true history. And
Sorry,
all
it's just
agencies were
making me
directed
laugh.
to put DEI staff on leave.
All right, let's go to
Employees ordered to remove
go to the Elon Musk with his
Several
with his
billion
kid
a
on his
year?
head.
At the president's request.
Does that present a conflict of interest for you?
No, because first of all, I'm not the one, filing the contract. It's people at SpaceX or someone who will be filing the contract.
He is living off government contracts and cutting off USAID
This
to
is so
countries
funny.
that are desperately in need
Oh
of
man,
food.
people who hate Elon Musk, they must be freaking out right now. They must be like, no, what's going on? Okay, let's watch this guy. Let's watch this guy. Hold on. This is
Hissy
the
fit
best.
seized control of
I watched this part already.
USAID.
He goes,
agency
all
that
right, top
provides
five
US
worst
humanitarian
billionaires. Go.
assistance around the world.
Oh, the USAID is ridiculous, and the lies
Oh, it's
around
not
it
that part, it's
are
not that
unreal.
part.
And if you
What-
turn on Fox News,
All right, here we go.
it's bad, but not as bad. Well, Elon, stop the fucking billionaires.
Top 5 worst billionaires. What comes to mind?
Elon Musk, Donald Trump, if he actually is a billionaire. Bill Gates, pretty bad, but not as bad as Jeff Bezos. And
That is
trying to think of another one.
Jeff
Larry
Bezos.
Fink. Larry Fink. There-
What was the other
Jeff
one?
Bezos. And trying to think of another one.
Larry Fink.
Trying to be-
Larry Fink. There you go. Zuckerberg's also a fucking terrible billionaire.
As far as wealth distribution goes,
Zuckerberg also terrible billionaire. Oh my god, people who hate billionaires. Oh my god, it's so funny. It's so funny. I mean, okay. Here's my perspective. Okay, first of all, number one, it's normal for the population to hate the rich and powerful. This goes back from the beginning of society, Greek times, Roman times. The people, when they're not happy, when they want change, they always look at the castle and they blame it on the king or the castle, and then they storm the castle eventually. And then, okay, the billionaire or the people at the top are a symbol for the status quo. And if people are not happy with their situation, okay, they're gonna quote unquote take it out on the people in power. That's number one. So how I think about it, I'm like, I'm totally understanding and empathetic of these people. I get it. But when you think about it, like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Zuckerberg, okay, these are not the people that you should be hating. These are actually the people that actually contribute the most to society because they created a great company and their company blew up and now they're a billionaire. That's just what happens. If you have a great idea, anyone walking around the street, if you have a great idea and you create a company around it and it blows up worldwide, you're going to be a billionaire. You didn't just decide to be a billionaire. It's just your company's just really good. So it's like saying the best athletes in business, they become billionaires because billion is just a number. And so people that hate billionaires, like on one side, I'm like, yeah, I get it. It's normal for like, normies and, plebs and stuff to scream at the castle. But okay. Bro, like do some research or some shit. Like the billionaires are not the people that own like America. They kind of are though, but it's what owns America. People think, oh, wait, who owns America? Is it the president? Is it the government? Is it the military? The billionaires that own America? I mean, kinda. It's kind of all three. It's called the military industrial complex. So, what owns any country? What owns a? It's the business. It's the industry. It's the economy. The businesses. The industry. So it is the mega corporations with the government, with the military. That's who owns stuff. So if you said who owns America, it's a collection of all the companies that have the most power. So you could say like Apple, Google, Facebook, all the big ones, combined with the government, combined with the military, because the military has all the guns and the weapons. Because at the end of the day, throughout history, that's who decides what the fuck happens in the history books. But it's all kind of military, industrial, governmental complex. But it's so complicated in terms of what gets done. And these people, I love it because it's like the public facing billionaires, the Bezoses, the Zuckerbergs, the Elon Musks, they're not the ones that they're not the deep state ones that are like doing all. There's so many more evil crony capitalist corporations like the fucking food companies and the big pharma companies and like the Coca-Cola and the ones that like own the water and shit and the fucking oil and companies and like okay, rant over. Continue.
Goes, do you feel like anybody should be a billionaire?
Probably not. But the thing is that what's more important is that the billionaire shouldn't be able to tell all the rest of us what to do.
Right.
I think they can earn $1 billion, but then they have to have fair taxation.
How billionaire Jeff Bezos pays zero in taxes.
Because we want to encourage people, and to be, I mean, you've hit my main issue here. But, they hate the government. The government is set up for them to succeed.
The same goes for larger corporations. Smaller companies barely survived the pandemic, while larger corporations simply coasted through. The reason for this was the higher taxes.
And they get a lot of benefits from it. Everybody knows, right? Elon has like billions in government contracts, et cetera, especially his space program.
SpaceX alone has received $19 billion from the federal government, and it is poised to take in several billion a year.
At the president's request.
Does that present a conflict of interest for you?
No, because first of all, I'm not the one, filing the contract. It's people at SpaceX or someone who will be putting for the contract.
He is living off government contracts.
Yeah.
And cutting off USAID to countries that are desperately in need of food. Meanwhile, he's sitting on piles of cash.
Backlash after Elon Musk seized control of USAID, the agency that provides U.S. humanitarian assistance around the world.
Oh, the USAID is ridiculous, and the lies around it are unreal. And if you turn on Fox News, it's literally just a propaganda machine.
Angry Democrats throwing a hissy fit after Elon Musk dropped the Doge hammer on the Hunter Biden of government agencies.
Supposedly there's $200 million worth of food that's being held up in ports right now. Condoms that need to go to Africa. AIDS medication. It's ridiculous.
Around the world, we are doing like important medicine to help things from getting out.
All right. First, how do I think about the billionaires and paying taxes and stuff? Is it ethical? Is it right that Amazon and Jeff Bezos paid minimal taxes? Is it probably right? No. Are they bad people or evil for doing it? No, because they just have the best accountants, and the best accountants and tax lawyers are just doing their job. There's so many loopholes and stuff, and you can't blame people for maximizing their profit via legal shuffling loopholes ways. You just can't blame them to do that. If you were in that situation, you would do the same exact thing. It's just kind of just the way it is. Is it right? Is it ethical? Probably not, but it's just the way it is in the
out
capitalist
of
game.
hand, like COVID. Those things, we are big interconnected worlds. Those things come here.
All the money to fight diseases in other countries, that's going to come back to bite us when those diseases land here on our shores.
But hell, I don't want Ebola to come here and mutate. I don't want AIDS to mutate because, like,
I should note that following Trump and Musk's defunding of USAID, they've since decided to reinstate funding for Ebola and HIV research.
We have, for example, turned on funding for Ebola prevention and for HIV prevention. Yes, correct.
Still, many of Elon's critics view his gutting of USAID as a strange, unnecessary thing, given its relative small percentage in the overall government spending budget.
USAID spending, foreign aid is not a large percent of our budget. Defense is a tremendous one. Social Security, Medicare, but foreign aid is a tiny, tiny fraction of American spending.
USAID's $43 billion budget is a tiny fraction of what the government spends, about 1%.
It's about $100 per taxpayer in America, although, if you have to figure out how much of that is really well-off people versus poor people, it's not on average. So it's a tiny, tiny amount of money that pays off tremendously for the benefit for Americans. People look at us as positively around the world.
Its support is a critical lifeline for people in need around the world, helping an estimated 32 million children suffering malnutrition and bringing food, water, shelter, and health care to victims of natural disasters.
In addition to being a humanitarian disaster, there's just no goodwill. We will become the hated country in the world, just like Germany was under the Nazis.
Some former officials say it could leave fragile countries more vulnerable to the influence of nations like Russia and China.
They're also cutting programs to help hungry kids here. It's a ridiculous survival of the fittest that we probably should move past as a civilization just a little bit.
Hey man, thanks so much for your time. I appreciate it. Our show's called Channel 5 on YouTube.
Yep, that's right. You're watching Channel 5. What's up, my C5 family? As many of you guys know, I've been to many events just like that one in Union Square. Pro Sport, Invisible Cream. I love Mando so much that I wish.
So how do you think about this?
I'll say how I think about military spending because it was mentioned real quick. Now, my view of this has changed probably in the past maybe 5 years, and this is another thing that you kind of have a wider perspective on living outside of America. And if you just zoom out a bit. All right. As I mentioned, as everyone knows, US biggest military in the world. We're kind of like the world police. Okay. And our military is in the Middle East. We have stations all around. Okay, we are the global military power. All right. Number one, you could say, all right, this is necessary to protect the flow of global trade, aka to protect the flow of the economy. For example, having military stationed at the Panama Canal, the Suez Canal, in the Middle East to keep the oil flowing, basically making sure, all right, no other crazy country or China or don't fuck this global trade up because the whole world runs on the economy, runs on the money. The whole world is just an economy. In modern society terms, the whole world is just flow and it's all interconnected. And so you could say, all right, the military presence around the world is necessary to just making sure that continues. Okay. The other part of it is when people will say, all right, well, US, they shouldn't be involved in wars or overseas conflicts. That can be actually arguable because, all right, the reason that the US or any country got into power in the first place was because of a strong military presence. And let's say you argue, all right, US should not be involved overseas and in foreign wars and stuff. Um okay, cool. Let's say US did that. Then the China would do what they're already doing, which is having their presence, growing their military presence around the world, in Africa and in the Panama Canal and South China Sea and everywhere. And so it's kind of like there's these two major blue team America, red team China over here. Now we are conjoined twins. Our economies are very much dependent on each other. So if one destroys the other, then the other one's dead instantly. America depends on China. China depends on America. So they don't, in my opinion, they don't want to fuck each other up because all of our livelihood, all of our wealth, all the billionaires' wealth, all the wealthy people's wealth, it all comes from flowing businesses and healthy economy. That being said, let's say U.S. pumps the brakes on their offense. Let's say that just allows the other team, military, the other global superpower to come a little bit creep in over this way. So it's like a big board of risk. The whole world is just a big board of risk. We have Blue Team America. All right, they need to be stationed all around the world to make sure they're safe. Their fucking home base is safe. China is doing the same thing. All right, Russia's doing the same thing, and then other big countries, India, Japan, they have their little chess pieces, little pieces around the whole world, and it's like this equilibrium balance, and that's actually the way that it needs to be. And that's kind of how it's been for the last, 100 years. There's been a couple world wars and then some rearranging of the pieces, but it's just a giant game of risk. And if you say, all right, well, the US should cut military spending down, then okay, then the US will be number two and China will be the main global superpower, the main number one biggest empire, the main global police, then we'll give it to them. And so you have to ask yourself, okay, would I rather have US do less military offense, because offense is kind of the best defense sometimes. You have to, as a military, you have to fucking put your foot down and say, no, I'm the big boy on campus. No matter where that is on the world, you have to exert your power and say, no, we are willing to blow this up, fuck this up. We are willing to fuck you up if you fuck up our trade routes or if you fuck with something that has our interest. That's just the way history works. At the end of the day, the bottom line is violence. You don't like that? Sorry. That's the way it's been for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. If there's a dispute, it comes down to fighting. It comes down to who's going to kill who. If there's going to be a fight to the death. And that's just the way the universe works. That's just the way animals work. If they can't come to an agreement, they fight to the death. Still goes on today. Gaza and Israel, whole Middle East. They can't come to an agreement, so they're like, all right, I'm gonna blow you up. All right, well, I'm gonna fucking just kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. US is coming in. All right, we're the fucking global police. All right, how can we try to make this basically best for our economy at the end of the day, because the US economy is everyone else's economy. It's all intermingled. While at the same time making sure that no crazy motherfuckers get too much power, like another Hitler or something, or someone that will do something crazy, let off a nuke, and then the global economy crashes. And that's what no country wants. Every country just wants the economy to keep flowing at the end of the day. Unless you're a crazy, Hitler or whatever. So, you have to think about this. If you are anti-war, that's fine. But that means stepping down, downsizing the military, and letting China become the number one. If you're okay with that, okay, fine. If that's your argument, fine. But you have to be pro-war if you want America to remain number one. If you want America to remain number one big boy on campus, you have to be able to allow some war and some offensive killing. Sorry, I'm laughing. That's just the raw real reality. You have to be down with some war and some blowing up and some drones and some drone strikes and some military operations over here in the Middle East and some taking out some dictators that we don't like, as the US has been doing forever, whether public or oopsie, your plane crashed, or oopsies. Da-da-da-da. If you want America to remain number one, that's the necessary ethical sacrifice. If you can't stand that, if you say no, I can't stand with any violent aggression, then okay, that's fine. That just means another superpower will take the place of America and be the number one. America can maybe be the number two. That's just the way it is. That's just from millions of years ago, from the fucking chimpanzee tribes in the jungle. The offense is the best defense. When one monkey comes into this another territory, they kill him to send a message to the other tribe, chimpanzee tribe, to say, nope, this is our territory. If they don't, then the other monkeys are going to creep, and then they're going to take over. By the way, if you haven't seen Chimp Empire on Netflix, it's a series. It's amazing. They went into the jungle with these fucking 4K cameras and filmed these 3 different chimpanzee tribes and how they interact. Must see to understand the basics of animal behavior and human behavior, because we're 98% the same of chimps. Some of the things that they do, it's like, holy shit, these are like humans. It's absolutely a must watch. The same stuff is happening today with wars and battles and like alpha male and like trying to take power and like, whew. Anyways, rant done on military and how the world works. The military is one conjoined twin with the economy. Slash, that's the main thing. Now, we're kind of at a point now where the whole world has been conquered, and I don't think one country is really trying to like go fucking take over another country anymore. We're pretty much almost done with that, with some exceptions. For example, Russia wants to take over Ukraine, but really just the eastern part of it. So they're still trying to put the offense on, but then America comes in and then helps Ukraine. They're like, hey, bro, the fucking map's taken. No more taking over. All right, we're just at this equilibrium now. And you could say, all right, maybe the U.S. might want to. Trump's saying, oh, I want to take over Greenland. Maybe we'll have to do it by force because Greenland is so economically and geographically important. Maybe it would make sense to take it by force. But America, I don't think America would do that. because China wants it too, and Russia wants it too, because it's right there close to the North Pole, and it's really in between all the three big powers on the risk map, on the chess map. And so Trump's just kind of flexing his big dick, like, yeah, don't fuck with us. We're the number one, just so you know. And so I don't think there would be a huge hot war anymore. My logical brain says no, because every superpower relies on their economy. Our nice luxury lives, our nice iPhone lives come from a great functioning economy. And a world war fucks that up. And so that is to say, I heard that Trump said to all the big nations, like, hey, let's actually have all of us cut military spending. All right. Let's all of us cut military spending a little bit so we can kind of relax the pressure on the risk board a little bit. And let's just have this healthy equilibrium into the foreseeable future, until forever. And then it'll be us versus the aliens when they do the fake alien invasion. As some people are saying. Or it'll be us, all of us versus the AI. But at the end of the day, the economy runs the world, money runs the world. And it's just, that's the way it works.
This whole concept of a coup happening.
It's hilarious. I'm out here to watch the shit show in the tro.
What do you think about Elon Musk?
I think he's hot. He needs a date a tranny. No, I totally would fuck him so bad.
You don't think the Hitler salute was legit?
Hi off Hitler. What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with Hitler?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, some people would say a lot of things.
8 million Jews can tell you what's wrong with Hitler.
This is America. Everyone's entitled to their own beliefs and
all good, baby.
More shrimp. More shrimp. Always room for more shrimp. Definitely room for less Trump. So if there's one
Less
message
Trump, more
for the
shrimp.
people of America at home or worldwide, less Trump, more shrimp. Heard it here first.
You have anything to say to the world?
Definitely like stand up to fascism. There's a hostile takeover of the government happening. A bunch of billionaires are reaping the benefits from it, and we're all getting fucked. So people gotta hit the streets and make it happen. Also, like more shrimp, less Trump.
Obviously.
Okay, now I gotta touch on. All right, what do I think about people that think there's a hostile takeover of the government by Trump and Elon Musk? I'm just laughing because, like, I'm envisioning the people who hated Trump in the first place and hated Elon Musk in the first place, which is everyone who's always hated them. I'm just laughing at what they must be, what they must be thinking right now. They must be so pissed, bro. Oh, what do I think about it? Obviously, there's not a. Obviously, there's not billionaire. Obviously, Elon Musk. Okay, first of all, let's go to Elon Musk. The fact that people hate Elon Musk is, as I said, it's understandable for some people. I get it. But like, he is the best person in the world. He's the modern day Thomas Edison. He's the modern day Tesla. He's the modern day. He's a real Iron Man. This guy is the best, smartest, fucking awesomest person on the planet. What he's doing when Trump got in, he's like, "How can I help?" This is exactly what a president should do. All right, I'm president. All right, I'm CEO of America. All right, we're gonna need the best people to help America be the best. And the Musk is like, I can help. All right, are you good? He's like, yeah, I've pretty much done more than anyone. Okay, yeah, I'm willing to help. Okay, come on in. Vivek, oh, you're a smart motherfucker. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm willing to help make America fucking awesome. You know, cut out shit that doesn't make sense and just do shit that makes sense. All right, Vivek, Elon, let's go. It's like, this is what should happen. The smartest, best business executors should be the ones doing shit. I think this is so awesome. Like, obviously everyone else, but obviously these people with like Trump derangement syndrome and like, isn't it so cool what's happening right now? It is so cool. The fucking Mars spaceship, Tesla, fucking Neuralink, the smartest person on the planet is trying to do the best things possible. It's perfect. It's so perfect. I mean, obviously, I'm a huge Elon Musk fan. Obviously, how can anyone not be an Elon Musk fan? SpaceX, Tesla, Neuralink, fucking bot Twitter, Boring Company. What am I missing? Hilarious guy. Great sense of humor. He's laughing all the time, making cracking jokes. He's a savant. He is the one of the biggest gifts to this era of humanity. So we need to treat him like the gift that he is to humanity, and it's awesome because we are now. And Trump sees it, and he's like, "Thank you, most smartest person on the planet. Sure, you want to help me? Wow, like respect to Elon. Like with all the shit he's already got going on, he's like his mission, his you know, on the spectrum, obviously part autistic. That's why he's a genius brain. He's like his mission. He's like, how do I benefit humanity the most? He's already thinking 20 to 50 years ahead with the go to Mars thing. Start a base there. He already started to think 20 years in the past when he bought or took over Tesla in 2004 or 2008, what was it? And now look where Tesla is, one of the biggest companies in the world. He's already thinking 20, 50 years ahead with the Boring Company, where in the future we're going to have tons of underground tunnels. This guy's a modern day genius. He's a modern day genius. He's the biggest genius. And it's so fucking awesome. Finally, we have our business geniuses go in and help the president. And the president's like, you're a genius, man. Come in. Sure. You want to fucking use first principles to help to make the government more efficient, just like you did with all your companies? Sure. Thank you so much. It's just like it makes so much sense. And then I mean, of course, there's always two sides. You know, I always like tell people like, oh, I can't believe when people are like, I can't believe people hate Elon. I can't believe people hate Trump. Or people on the other side. I can't believe people like Trump. I can't believe people hate Elon. It's like, good. If people didn't hate Elon, then there would be something wrong. It's called yin yang. There's no left without a right, politically speaking and physically speaking. There's no dark without light. There's no yin without yang. So people arguing both sides, there will always be people on both sides. There will always be different perspectives. And that means the world is at equilibrium. That means the universe is at equilibrium. So it's normal. It's par of the course. But it's just fun.
Yeah.
And our military dying, or anybody else dying in any foreign countries.
You learn that like there's hundreds of billions of dollars going to these so-called NGOs. Yeah. And it's your tax dollars that are funding things that are fundamentally anti-American.
Going back to Doge, though, can you think of an example of them actually like cleaning things up and helping us save money so far, NGOs?
Well, there's a whole list, and unfortunately I was hit by a car. I can't remember everything. I have a brain issue. But the thing that I do know is like giving prophylactics to like Guatemala, or
raising money for some Sesame Street DEI or LBGT thing going on in another country.
Drag shows in Ecuador, atheism in Nepal, trans comic books in Peru.
All these NGOs that are in other countries getting money from you and you and you and you, all of our taxes. Where is this money going? I like the Doge. I want to know where my money's going. I want to know why I can't afford to buy a steak, which is 20.
Like the fact that Elon Musk came in and he's like, yeah, we're gonna call it Doge with it just to be funny. Like that, my friends, that is how you live life. You do your best and you also joke around at the same time. That's why I fucking love Elon Musk. Because I have the same comedy-based mindset. It's fucking it's like on one hand, Elon Musk, okay, he could just be a normal, Zuckerberg, Bill Gates nerd, but on top of it, that he's like hilarious. I mean, how awesome is that? I mean, you could, in my mind, you couldn't have a better role model.
But what you
couldn't
said is
ask for a
also
better
true
role
about what a
model
lot of people
for
in the
any
recovery
kid.
community call the nonprofit industrial complex, which is these mass.
All right, I get it. He can be a dick sometimes, but in order to be a powerful business leader and manager, you do have to be a dick sometimes. Think of Steve Jobs. You can't always be the nice guy. Sometimes you have to fucking put the foot down and be stern and even be a little bit of a dick and an asshole sometimes. And that's something I'm trying to get better at. Is I'm such a normal, baseline nice guy and want people to like me, but sometimes managing, employees, team comes. Sometimes you got to be a little bit of a dick, a little bit, to get the point across to some people.
And nonprofit investors like Musk and Bezos. After all, it's not just for PR and tax purposes. As scholar Ruth Wilson Gilmore puts it, the nonprofit industrial complex is also dependent on surveillance and control. The rich have a vested interest in maintaining the status quo, particularly when it comes to wealth distribution and control of media and information streams. So control of any nonprofits in the social justice or so-called revolutionary realm allows them to do a few things. But most importantly, it allows them to create a quasi-welfare style financial dependency amongst the leaders of these causes and threaten to pull funding if they don't fall in line with the imposed narrative and agenda of government agencies and private corporations. They can also collect intel to either share with law enforcement or use to entrap, cancel, and dismantle anyone getting too spicy. Now, obviously not all NGOs are CIA psyops to dismantle revolutionary causes and launder taxable income for oligarchs, but to act like the NGO issue that Elon Musk is citing is just a conservative talking point that he's pulling out of his ass is insane. Whether or not he's actually going to do anything about it is a different conversation, but it's still a problem, and one that I hope gets solved.
Do you think there is such a concept as like the nonprofit industrial complex? Like, do you think there is a degree of embezzlement when it comes to some of these organizations?
No, I'm not. No.
Don't think
I think nonprofits have stepped in to do the work that the government does not.
Yeah.
And so they're doing really important work, like providing free legal services to undocumented immigrants, providing health care where our system doesn't provide it. So I think they're doing really critical life-saving work. And without nonprofits holding up a system that is, not serving everyone, people won't get care, they won't get legal representation, they won't get the services they need.
Channel 5 live worldwide, Hollywood and Vine. Fuck the authority, Channel 5 News. Channel 55. We don't fuck with custers. And 5 is the best number.
Hey man, thanks for that web link. It's really working.
Anyways, I was gonna make one comment about something else at the end, but anyways, this is a good one. I hope this audio is good. I just bought this, and I thought I would just do a little reaction / rant. Shout out to Andrew Callaghan. Happens to also be from Seattle, where I'm from. If you don't follow this channel, it's a great channel. It's a great channel. I like the humor mixed into it as well. Anyways, Channel 5 live worldwide. Plies live from BKK. We out.